definitely a decent pull right there. Can't lie about that. Welcome to another Put the Power Down video, and in this Put the Power Down video we're going to do a quick drive of the 2015 Mustang Ecoboost, and just starting off, just doing a couple accelerations here right now in about third gear. Definitely does feel similar to the V6 Mustang, you know, just starting off. So you guys know that I own a V6 Mustang, or if you're new to the channel or just, you know, just stopping by, stopping through or whatnot, I do own a slightly modified 2016 V6 Mustang in the color Deep Impact Blue, and this obviously isn't my car. Of course, like I said, I'm in the Ecoboost Mustang, and just starting off from the outward appearance of this vehicle, you know, I definitely do like the yellow, almost like school bus-ish yellow on the outside. I'm not exactly sure what the exact color of this car is called, but it definitely is a really bright, really bright yellow. I mean, as you saw that school bus in the background right there behind me, it's very similar to that school bus. I mean, it's really bright, really loud. I mean, it definitely does grab your attention when you're driving by. There is honestly no way that you will not see this car with it's going by. It definitely does attract your eye. And you also have those nice wheels on the outside, and this vehicle also has no spoiler because it is a performance pack. And I do believe that the performance pack comes with a 355 gear ratio for the Ecoboost Mustang, so that does make it a little bit more peppy, or maybe it's the 373s. I'm not sure. I'd have to check that. But definitely you do have an upgraded gear ratio from the V6 Mustang. I currently have 315s. The 355s are an option for the V6 Mustang, but a lot of times you'll find guys like me with just 315s, and that's definitely fine as it is, because you're definitely still moving and whatnot. And just starting off, I'm going to go ahead and downshift, let's see, 40 miles an hour. Just go a second here and roll on. Yeah, you definitely, like I just did that roll on right there. This is definitely a lot of power here. It really is similar to the V6 Mustang, but as far as how when power comes on, so when this Mustang power comes on definitely a lot faster, and then you lose it. And compared to my car, well, it's like, okay, nothing and then power. So honestly, I feel like if you were to ride in the, or if you were to drive the V6 Mustang and then the Ecoboost Mustang, and you didn't really know which one is which, you would think that the V6 Mustang is the Ecoboost, because the characteristics of most turbo cars are, you know, power comes on, especially older turbo cars like Subaru WRX and stuff like that. Power generally comes on higher on in the RPMs, rather as this the Ecoboost Mustang in particular comes on faster, and the V6 Mustang comes on kind of higher up. But you definitely do have a decent torque increase over the V6 Mustang. Mine came stock with 280 pound-feet of torque, and it definitely, you know, is a little bit slower than this. Actually, 0 to 60s for this car, I believe, are 5.2, something like that, 5.3. So it definitely is pretty fast. Now, like I said, my V6 is slightly modded, and definitely my 0 to 60 is right around what this thing can probably do. And like I said, it definitely does feel similar to mine, especially since my car is modded. You know, I definitely do feel like this is really similar. Honestly, if you were to race my particular V6 Mustang with all the modifications that I've done, and you were to race this Ecoboost Mustang, it would definitely be a neck and neck race. You know, depending on really who was the driver, I feel like it'd come down to. But you know, if you did some really good testing and whatnot, I honestly would see these cars dead even, maybe mine a little bit faster, just because at the top end, like I said, you definitely do have the more power at the top end, and this one you have to shift. So accounting for the different gear ratios and stuff like that, I feel like my car would be a little bit faster, but I mean, it's not probably by the nose. I mean, these things are so dead even from the fact, just from this being factory and my car being slightly modified. I'm gonna go ahead and do another first gear roll on here. It's so similar to my car as far as power. Like I said, of course, the obvious difference of, you know, the power coming on different times in the RPMs, but as far as just the actual fastness, I can definitely feel that they're so similar as far as speed. You know, it's crazy what you can do, even though this is stock, so this thing definitely with the tune would be faster than mine. Now, as you guys know, I made a video talking about why I personally believe that the V6 Mustang is better than the Ecoboost, and it almost seems like Ecoboost owners, they think that I hate the Mustang, or the Ecoboost Mustang in particular. That's not true at all. I definitely do like this car. You know, I guess I just came across negative in that light. It's funny how I didn't even really put much effort in that video, and it has the most views on my channel. I think it's like in the 55,000s right now currently, at least when I'm filming this video. I mean, I just think it's ridiculous how people think I hate this car. It's still a Mustang. You guys know I love Mustangs, and you know, this is definitely one that is in my book of, you know, things that I like. I'm currently now, this is last time I was in one of these, it was actually right when I was buying my car, and of course I did choose the V6 over the Ecoboost, obviously. And but you know, it's still definitely a fast, quick car. You know, honestly, the biggest thing about this vehicle that really steered me away from it, I guess, was the sound. The sound of this thing is not really, you know, it's not bad for, you know, something like the Volkswagen GTI. You know, I feel like basically the sound of this vehicle is not something that you would expect in a Mustang. You expect something more like the V6 or especially the V8, and the sound definitely would take a while getting used to. And I was like, well, if there's a sound option that's better out there, then why not get that? And plus, I've already seen what you know, the S197 3.5 liter Mustangs were able to do, so you know, why not do that? But you know, this is definitely still a nice car. Like I said, you get 22 miles to the gallon with 22 miles to the gallon city, excuse me, 31 highway, and then you have 310 horsepower, 325 feet of torque. Definitely more power than the V6 Mustang. And you know, like I said, I mean, depending on what you want to do, what you want to mod, how you want to mod your Mustang, you know, this might be the perfect package for you. In my particular case, you know, I thought the V6 would be a better option for me. Like I said already, sound is the biggest thing. That was the biggest thing for me going. But you know, you still definitely do have a wonderful car right here. Another thing that kind of did steer me away was it was a new engine still. You know, I got mine 2016. Actually, well, I got my vehicle in 2015 of November, and this was still a new engine. And you had people like Subaru WRX fan who had his, but he was tuning his, and you know, he wasn't really, you know, there was some stuff that was going a little wacky with his. You know, overall he still had a good experience with his, but you know, it's definitely still new. And I was like, well, again, the S197s, the engine's been out for around, you know, 6 years now at the time when I was buying mine. And well, actually I think it was maybe 5 years. You get what I'm saying? The engine was out for a while, and I just decided that maybe the V6 would be the better option, or should be the better option for me right now. So I just obviously went with the V6, and that's basically it, guys. That's just kind of my opinions, really, coming from a V6 guy who's driven the GT 4 times now, finally getting into an Ecoboost Mustang for the first time this summer. And you know, just of course I've driven V6s. I drove the V6 stock Mustang actually a week ago, and definitely this from the factory is faster. And depending on what you do now, this probably, if you're trying to go big power, the V6 is probably the way to go. So you might want to grab your hands on one of those, since they're not making with those anymore. But if you're just trying to do, you know, simple tunes and bolt-ons, and you don't really care about sound, this is the way to go. So I think that's all that I really have to say in this video. If you like these videos, definitely hit the like button, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, with the bell notification, that way you know when I post. Follow me on Snapchat at DanLightman. I'll put it in the description. Also follow me on Instagram. I put the power down, I put stories down, both there, right there. And I'll catch you guys in another video. Ecoboost!